What's up, Overwatchers? This is Matrym here, bringing you the first episode of This Week in Overwatch, where we're going to, as quickly as possible, go through as much Overwatch news that's happened in the past 7 days as we can, as quickly as possible. Things we'll be going over are scores, so that way you can keep up with your favorite esports teams, news, announcements, and discussions, as well as also covering what's going to be happening next week, so you can be sure to tune into all the great Overwatch Esports content that's happening. We'll also be doing some of the more fun stuff, such as showing highlights, which is going to be the first thing that we do. So without any further ado, let's move into showing you a clip from Apex, and Kaiser showing you why he was one of the best Reinhardts there is.
The King of Earthshatters in this tournament needs to come up big here if he wants to send his team to the finals. Looks like they're going to have to wait, though, as Bumper goes down, and this push probably going to get stalled out. Oh, a 5-man Earthshatter, though. They're going to give the nano boost.
Kaiser!
He gets two. The Eye of the Kaiser. Can they get it the rest of the way, though?
It's got a long way to go.
It's a team fight. It's a team wipe.
Yeah,
They got everyone.
Can they get it?
Oh my
Kaiser
gosh, run
might
away.
have had one of the
Rolling.
biggest plays in the tournament.
Laser Kitten's Nesh pulls off some great Widow shots in this week's Overwatch Pit Championship.
Deflect every time you try to focus Genji. Winston can just sit on you with the butt slam and a punch. You're just dead. So I'm watching Nesh right now try to deal with this enemy Genji, but he does get the kill. 6 shot onto Cruz. And Morte. And unfixed. Oh my goodness. Nesh is blowing up.
Renegade's Mangachu displays air superiority in this week's clip from Overwatch Carbon Series.
Wow. My God. That. Very good flick, and he piles on the barrage. He wasn't done yet. Let's just. Really not done yet. Mangachu with the team kill. And you, what?
Get it. Get one more.
Please. I can't handle this. And to think he wasn't playing this yesterday.
In what is definitely one of the most interesting plays to come out of Apex this season, Meta Athena gives us another reason to hate Mei.
The payload is not over there.
It's okay. They're going to try and take the high ground up.
Yeah.
They're going to boost on top of the high ground.
What is this? What is this?
I love you,
What
Meta
is this?
Athena.
Meta Athena coming down. Lutakai has no idea they're coming from this angle.
Well, they
And
don't.
now-
They back up, though. They had a
Yep.
hunch that something was going on.
In this week's match history, we start off with Season 2 of Apex. This week we saw Runaway take down LW Blue, and Lunatic High beat out Meta Athena, with both series going 3-2. Naturally, the Apex series is known for being innovative and crazy fun to watch, but now that we're pushing into the finals, each match just seems to get more intense. Plays abound in these matches, and are some of the best games that everybody should be checking out. Overwatch Pit Championship Group A for EU just concluded. It has been a long time since EU has had some event love, and it's bringing out old faces that we have not seen in quite a while. Ninjas in Pajamas and E United both made a great return to form with going 4-1 in the series. Both VV's Adventure and Laser Kittens also made it out of the group stage. Group B is underway right now while this is recording, but the teams on that side of the bracket are Misfits, Dignitas, Movie Star Riders, Hammers Esports, X-Alternate ATAX, and Team Singularity Ninjas, which does create a nice balance of having a set of ninjas in each group. Overwatch Carbon Series drew to a close on Sunday after over a month of online events for a prize pool of $25,000. The final 4 teams were Complexity, Renegades, LG Evil, and Immortals, with Immortals taking first place. This series is the second large event that Immortals have won since the start of 2017, with NGE Winter Premiere being the other one. With all the Western teams returning now from Apex, the top contenders that have stayed in NA have been really honing their skills, and this should set up for some really interesting matchups that we haven't seen in quite a while. In smaller events this week, Eastwind Esports has been making a name for themselves, getting first in both the Cal League Athena Cup and the Rivalcade Weekly. This is the second week in a row for Eastwind Esports to win the Athena Cup, and are quickly becoming a team that everybody should start paying attention to. And without a doubt, the biggest news this week is the announcement from Blizzard that the Overwatch World Cup will return to BlizzCon this year. If you're not familiar with what the World Cup is, it was one of the most watched events in all of Overwatch Esports so far. Instead of rooting for teams, you root for nationalities, such as America, Brazil, Korea, wherever it is that you want to root for. The way it works is you're going to take the 100 top ranked players from every single country, and the 32 countries with the highest ranked average will then be allowed to compete inside of this. Players will be voted on by the community to represent their countries. Now, there are a couple other peculiarities that they've added in this year, such as the fact that there's going to be 4 events leading up to the BlizzCon final, so there's a chance you might be able to catch some Overwatch locally, potentially before the Overwatch League comes out. We still don't have dates on that. But the only thing I would say is there's been a lot of voters' remorse over the past year, including on some of the players from last year's World Cup. So just make sure you're real careful for who you vote for. In this week's events to watch, naturally the number one thing that everybody should be watching is Apex Season Finals. 3rd and 4th place are going to be happening on March 31st at 1900 KST, and the grand final will be occurring on April 8th at 1800 KST. Also this week, Overwatch Pit Championship continues. NA events are occurring from March 31st through April 3rd at 1600 PDT, and EU events will be happening March 31st through April 1st at 1800 CEST. If you'd rather play in some events this week, there will be the Cow League Athena Cup, which is happening April 2nd. Rivalcade will have its EU event on April 4th and the NA event on April 3rd. Academy Gaming will run its weekly event on April 3rd as well. And if you're looking for something a little bit different, there's the Versus Play 3, which is a 3v3 event, which will be happening on April 1st. Two other events that I wanted to mention were the fact that if you do not have a team, remember you can compete in the North American Minutemen event every Friday on the Cow League Discord. And if you're not quite ranked high enough to compete in some of these major events, but you want to start making your way up there or just find some people to play with, Overwatch University League has started taking signups for its 2nd season. You can sign up by yourself and will be placed in a team with equal people and get a feel kind of the esports experience. Definitely worth checking out. And with that, guys, the first episode is done. Thanks for watching. I apologize for the bags under my eyes. I have never done video editing before, and so when I decided to take on this project, I haven't gotten much sleep since then. If you have any pointers, I know it's still rough right now, feel free to let me know. I'm always open to criticism. I know that we have a lot of things that we've been clicking on, but my Twitter should be over here so that way you can click on that. Remember, I do a lot of casting, so if you enjoyed this, be sure to follow me so you can see what events that are going on this week that I will be working in. Additionally, if you did like the video, make sure you like, subscribe down there at the bottom. Gives me an idea of whether or not I should continue going forward with the series. I also did want to give a shout out to everybody that helped me in this, specifically Fives. He's a statistician in Overwatch, and he's been giving me a whole bunch of information to help pull all this video together. Last little bit is there's also going to be a link to a Discord. If there's an event or some piece of news you think that I should know about and cover in the next video, make sure to hop in there, follow it up, and they'll find a corresponding channel that you can just post your link into, or feel free to shoot me up with some chat. Always down to talk to everybody. But I hope everybody enjoyed this, and with good results, we'll see you next week.